everyone, it's Stephanie with ILYB Designs. Today I have another Easter DIY for you using Dollar Tree products. We'll be making these adorable bunny ear napkin holders to dress up your table for Easter. Now the inspiration for this project came from the Kirkland's website, where they sell these cute bunny ear napkin holders, a set of 4 for $15.99. When I saw these, I knew I could make them for much less. And I knew the perfect Dollar Tree items that we could use. For this project, you're gonna need some cardstock, shower rings from Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 12 for $1, hot glue, and twine. And you're also gonna need this bunny ear pattern. I'll have a link in the description box below to my website where you can get this bunny ear pattern that I created for free. I folded my cardstock in half and glued it together with a glue stick because I wanted it to be a little stiffer than what my cardstock was. This step is actually probably optional. It also probably would have worked just the regular cardstock, but this is how I did it. Then I traced the bunny ear pattern onto the cardstock and cut it out. Once I had them cut out, I placed them on the shower ring and I just kind of gave them a little crease where they were going to eventually be attached to the shower ring. And that's going to be important for the next step. Now I'm taking my twine and I'm going to glue it to the cardstock just in the center section of this pattern, because I want to fold the ears around the shower ring to attach them, but I don't want you to be able to see any of the cardstock. I want everything to look like it is just wrapped in twine. So once the center of the pattern is covered in twine, then I'm gonna take it and I'm going to attach it to the shower ring. So I put a little hot glue right there in the center of the twine and attached that to the shower ring, and then folded the cardstock over the rest of the way and hot glued that together. That way the ears don't move along the shower ring. You want them to be staying in one place. I left the shower ring unclipped at the bottom to make it easier to wrap the twine around. When I get near the end of the wrapping of the twine, I will close that up, but for right now, I found it easier to keep it unhooked. I started in between the ears, gluing the twine to the shower ring and starting to wrap it right there in the center, just a couple of times. Then I started wrapping around the base of the ear, going up toward the top of the ear. Now at first you'll see I leave a lot of space in between the twine as I'm going up towards the top of the ear. Once I get to the top of the ear, that's when I'm focusing on getting the twine wrapped around all nice and straight and tidy. But I want to get the corner of the ear all put together first with the twine, and then I'll start working my way back down the ear to the base of the shower ring. It's a little tricky to get the twine at the very tip top of the ear and get that corner to the ear. So you're gonna wanna hot glue little bits and then hold it till it dries so that you can keep wrapping and get the tip of the ear glued down just right. There's really no good way for me to explain that. You just have to play around with it. I will tell you the first ear was the hardest for me to figure out what was gonna work best to get the tip of the ear pointy like I wanted it. So once you get the tip of the ear just like you like it, then you're gonna start winding the twine back down to the base of the ear. And this time around, you're gonna want it all nice and neat and close together. And just every once in a while, I would put a little dab of hot glue just to secure it in place, but you don't need to do a lot of that. When I finished the first ear, I did cut the twine and then glued it into a little hole so that you wouldn't be able to see where the twine ended. Then I started the process all over again for the other ear. The only difference being when I finished the second ear, I did not cut the twine until I wrapped it all the way around the shower ring. As I wrapped the twine around the shower ring, every once in a while I would put a little bit of hot glue on the shower ring to secure the twine to it. But again, just like the ear, you don't have to do that often, just every once in a while. When you get close to wrapping the twine around where the shower ring clips together, I did clip it together before winding the twine around it. I just found it easier to keep the clip open so that I didn't have to cut the twine off of the spool, and I could just keep sliding it in between that opening instead of having to estimate how much twine I needed and then scrunching it through the closed circle. So once I clipped the shower ring together, I did estimate about how much more twine I thought I was gonna need. I cut it off the spool and then kept wrapping it around. Once you get your shower ring all wrapped in twine, then you want to just find a place where you can hot glue the end of the twine and just kind of hide it so that you can't tell where the twine ended. To give it a nice finished, polished look, I took a lighter and I very carefully burned off all of the little wispies from the twine. Can you see the difference that the burning of the little wispies makes? Now, I think these are super cute just like they are, and I was actually planning on leaving them like this. And then I started thinking, you know what? I'm gonna add a little bit of greenery and some color to them. So I decided to take some of this boxwood that I had from Walmart. So I just glued a tiny piece of the boxwood in between the ears. And then I also had these little pink clusters of, I don't know what they are, some kind of flower. And I stuck them on the boxwood. And it just added a little bit of color, dressed them up a little bit. And I absolutely love them like this. So now here are the inspiration napkin holders from Kirkland's that were $15.99 for a set of 4. And here are my DIY versions, and they cost under $2 for a set of 4. So what do you think? Would you have left them plain, or do you like them better with the greenery and the flowers on them? So now my table is set with these adorable little bunny ear napkin holders. I don't always keep my dining room table set, but since I wanted to make these, I had to dress up my table, and so I have my table set and looking super cute, all ready for Easter. If you like this video, I would love it if you would give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. And if you want to see more Easter DIYs, there are more coming, so be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. If you want to check out all the other Easter DIYs that I've done so far, you can check out the Easter playlist and you'll see all of my Easter tutorials. So stay tuned, I have more coming, but until then, I will see you next time.